Hello everyone, my name is Beth and I am the Steadfast Stitcher. This is my Flosstube channel where we talk mostly about cross stitch. Welcome, I'm so glad you could join me today. If you're brand new, I hope you'll hit like and subscribe, and if you're returning, thank you so much for being here. I know that I say that every video, but I really appreciate all of you. It is a fun journey doing Flosstube and getting to talk with everybody in the comments and meeting people through Zoom on my Facebook group. So I'm having a great time. And I hope you enjoy this episode as well. I've got some WIPS to show today, things that I worked on during 24 hours of cross stitch. I have some haul from Hobby House. And I've got some plans to go over for Stitchmania. I can hardly believe that we're only a week away from May. It's crazy way this year is flying by. So I hope you're all doing great and you're getting in some good stitchy time. And let's get started with what I worked on. Now, if you remember my last episode, if you watched my last episode, sorry, I did go away for several days to New York for a memorial service, so I didn't get any stitching done during that time. There was a lot of driving and a lot of craziness, and then when I came back, Chloe, my one of my two senior kitties, turned out to be injured, so we ended up with a emergency vet appointment and lots of medicine and stress and but she is doing better now, so I'm very thankful for that. It was a little scary. All right, so maybe she'll even make an appearance, because for a few days she wasn't coming up and down the stairs, and she is now, so that's a good thing. So who knows? Maybe she'll make an appearance during my episode today. All right. So one of the things that I worked on was winter salt boxes, and I am doing the red one here, and it's really pretty. This is Plum Street Samplers, and is the salt shakers. So there's 2 for each season, and so I've got started on the winter one. I'm using all the called for colors, and this is on 18 count Aida, and it is the fabric of the month from Dying for Cross Stitch. And I really like this fabric for this, and I love the variegation in that red house. It is so pretty. I'm enjoying stitching on this. I like how it's coming out with the colors. I think it's going to be really pretty when it's finished. It'll be terrific little small. I'm thinking maybe a pillow would be nice. And this fabric, you can get it now from Dying for Cross Stitch as one of the regular fabrics. I believe it's called In the Shadows. And Dying for Cross Stitch has 3 shades of this available. So there's a light, medium, and dark. This is the light one. And I'll link for Dying for Cross Stitch below. I really like their fabrics. I'm also using a medium in the shadows for an owl that I'm working on. And yeah, I think this is a terrific neutral. It's not, the light one is not too blue, it's not too beige, just right in the middle. And this is the red that I'm using for the house. This is Red Currant from Classic Colorworks. Really nice variegation in this one. And it is a fun stitch. Now, I also pulled out one that I haven't pulled out in a while. I'm going to put a picture up here. This is The Witching Hour, and it's by Lisa Parker and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's a terrific piece, and I really like it, but it hasn't gotten worked on in a while, and I don't have a lot done yet, but I think you can tell where the curtains are coming in here. So there's like 4 different colors in here right now, and these are the brownish reddish curtains that are in the corner of the picture. I'm doing this on 28 count over 1 full cross. Like I said, it's an enjoyable stitch. And Lisa Parker has some incredible cats on Heaven and Earth Designs that I really like. Sorry for the zippers. If I don't put things back, then I'll never get put away. So I gotta put things back in their proper place. All right. Now this one is one that I'm working on with Dawn and a few other people that are, Dawn is Enchanting Stitches on YouTube, and I'll link her channel below. But she and I started the Wings of Change Sal, which is anything with butterflies, dragonflies, birds. We started it the first day, I want to say first day of spring. Yes. So she and I are both working on the same pattern, but she's working on the full version and I'm working on the mini. So this is Mini Spirit of the Dragonfly by Cavalaris, and it is available on Heaven and Earth Designs. And just the colors in this, I think, are spectacular. Such a beautiful pattern. Now, I don't know how this will show up, but because I literally only worked on ivory, on stitching on the color ivory. So, but I put in about 400 stitches, and it was all in the ivory cream colored. So it doesn't show up very well, but it definitely did get some progress. So I'm happy about that. And this is just going to be gorgeous when it's finished. This is on 25 count easy grid, 1 over 1 full cross. And all the called for colors. Oh, I had a bunch of threads over. So maybe you can see a little better. But look at the colors in here. So pretty. It's a great stitch. Now my full coverages will not be getting attention in May, but I'll talk about that a little later. But they will be back out in June for sure. I'm not going in any particular order. These are things that I just worked on during 24 hours of cross stitch and after I got home. Oh, and did I mention I threw out my back too? It was just, I wanted mulligan for last week. It was just, I need a do-over. But anyways, so I did not get nearly as much stitching as I would have liked, but I did get some progress. This one's been on my mind and it hasn't been out in quite some time. In fact, I think I only did a small start on it when I did my 60 starts for my 60th birthday, and it hadn't got picked up again. So I was really happy to pull this one out because I really like this. It's so pretty. And my favorite color is blues. So this is Bluebirds of Happiness from Owl Forest Embroidery. Beautiful, beautiful. And I am using mostly Owl Forest threads. And this is on 25 count Pearl Lugana over 1. Some, oops, not much to show, but so initially, all I had gotten done was a little bit of that border, like the first 2 diamonds. So I added in this, and I added in this little bluebird there. And he's so cute. but I don't know if the camera will focus. You don't look at me, camera, look at that. Just the variegation in these blues from Owl Forest are really, really pretty. And another fun one to work on. I was glad I pulled this back out again. So it's going to stay out till the end of the month, and I'm going to try and get a little bit more progress in it. But then I don't know if there's part of me that wants to say this could be like a motif, a thing I could use for Motif Mania, but we'll see. I have to think about it. I have definite plans for Stitchmania this next month. Oops. And put that. Alright. Now, also from Owl Forest, I worked a little bit more on Star Dragon. I only put in about 200 stitches, but I did get some stitches done. Oops, excuse me. Sorry, dropped a thread. This is so pretty. It's big, so it's not going to be done anytime soon. But this is Star Dragon by Owl Forest. So you may have also seen its companion piece around on Flosstube and Instagram, Moon Deer, which is absolutely gorgeous as well. But I really wanted to do Star Dragon first, and eventually I do plan on doing Moon Deer. But yeah, it's a very elegant dragon. I like him a lot. As I said, I only put about 200 stitches in this one, but it did get some progress. I'm doing this on 25 count Sugar Cream Pie by Bee Stitch Me, and I'm doing 1/1. And just look, oh, I got this flower done right here, and a little bit on the top of the border. But it's so, so pretty. I love the colors in this one. Very earth tones, except for these flowers are going to be gorgeous. I love it. So, so pretty. And again, the Owl Forest threads are wonderful to work with, but they are expensive for, well, the Owl Forest threads themselves aren't expensive, but the shipping is. So it's better to order, if you want to order the Owl Forest threads, to order several packs at one time, because it's the same shipping costs as ordering one thread pack. So you're better off getting multiple at one time if that's the route you want to take. Otherwise, they do all have the DMC conversions, but I'm just kind of gotten to be a fan of the Owl Forest threads. And this sugar cream pie is so lovely to work with. I really like Bee Stitch Me fabrics too. I'm going to take a quick pause. Now I have another one that's also hasn't made an appearance in a while, and I'm really glad that it did as well. This is a terrific stitch. I think everybody that I originally started this with has already finished it, but it's still a great pattern, and I enjoy it. This is Nevermore by Lila's Studio. Isn't that terrific? I'm using all the called for colors on this one. And I am stitching this on a 25 count fabric that I dyed myself. And this is where I'm at now. So this hasn't been out in a while. So let's see. Since you last saw it, I did this emblem here, finished on this tree over here, and worked more on the raven. Oh, I should say the raven is the only one. No, wait, before I speak. No, I am using all the called for colors. I was thinking I was using Anchor Black on this, but I'm not. I'm using the called for. And then this is a silk from Thread Gatherer called Slugbug. And that is just stunning. Look at the color variations in that. And this was a joy to work with. I have to look at Thread Gatherer again for other projects because I really enjoyed working on this silk. It was really nice. So I've got a good bit done on this. I'm over 25%. I think I'm closer to 30 maybe, according to Pattern Keeper. So I do have both the paper pattern and the PDF. I just really love working with Pattern Keeper, so if I have the opportunity, I will. Yeah, this is so fun, and this is a piece that I hand-dyed myself. The going joke when I started this originally was that until I put the fence in, it looked like the way the dyeing had taken, it kind of looked like a puppy dog face right in the middle there. So that's covered up now that I got the fence in the cemetery. But yeah, what a great stitch. Enjoying it thoroughly, and I think this was one of my first forays into hand dyeing fabric myself. And it was fun. I need to do it again because I enjoyed it. Again, all the called for colors, and it's 28 count 1/1, and I did it that size because it'll fit in an 8x10 frame when it's finished. So I'm excited about that. No custom framing needed. Now the last one that I worked on was a Teresa Kogut piece that I just really, really love. This is from the book Love Lives Here. And honestly, this book I thought was phenomenal. There's 9 designs in here, and I really want to stitch every one of them. I have 2 WIPs going right now from this book. And when I get those finished, or one of them finished, I will probably move on to another one in this book because they're just beautiful. So let me show you. This is the one that I didn't get anything done this time, but it's so cute. This small sampler is when I started with Cat Stitch, and she's already finished hers, and it looks fantastic. I'm still working on mine, but I didn't get any done between my last video and now. But yeah, really, really nice. What I ended up working on these past 2 weeks is our Whimsy house. And this one right here. So, so pretty. And there's that little bird. He's so cute. I love saltbox houses. I am absolutely fascinated by them. It's kind of like a dream thing is to end up living in a salt box. I don't think it'll happen, but you never know. So that's what I worked on. And again, this is the book Love Lives Here from Teresa Kogut. Now, last you saw it, I only had a little bit of the gold in the border done and a little bit of the outlying brown, just the straight lines. So I've added more of the gold in the border. I added the little flowers here and added more of the brown lines. And I have a bird. He's so cute. I really like him. Yeah, pretty colors on him, and he's sitting on top of a flower, so that'll get stitched next on this. Again, this is going to stay out between now and May 1st, but it'll go away for the month of May for Stitchmaynia. But this small sampler will be coming out to work on in May, so I'm happy about that. And since I have it right here, let me show you where I'm at with this small sampler. So I will be working on this during May. And I'm doing this on 25 count Stormy Lugana from Zweigart. And that's where I'm at with this small sampler. So I am excited to pull this back out in May. I think it's going to be, I know it's a fun stitch. Sorry about that. So I'm looking forward to having this back out again. So I should see progress on both of those. Our Whimsy house this coming week, and the small sampler in the month of May. I am excited about that. Now, plans I want to go over really quickly because we've got Stitchmaynia coming up. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. But it's a week from today. Today is Wednesday, April 25th, 24th. But anyways, May is a week from today. May 1st. So I am going to be doing a sampler motif Stitchmaynia. So the whole month of May will be focused on my samplers and my Quakers. And I'm going to be doing a few new starts. I know if you've been following me, you know I've had a kind of a rule of 2 to 1, finish 2, start 1. I'm going to forego that a little bit in May to start a few samplers. And a couple of them, actually, they're from Hobby House. I just bought them and I can't resist. I have to start them. But for May 1st, I am going to be starting as my first sampler this gorgeous Art Deco style sampler from Jan Hicks Creates called Arabesque. Now, I've shown this on my Flosstube before, and I know Laura's shown it on hers, and Stitching in High Heels, Paula. So we are all starting this on May 1st, and the three of us, we each have our own different color scheme that we're going to be doing with us. So I can't wait to see how these come out. But I think this is just a stunning pattern. This is, yeah, it's just gorgeous. I love this up at the top. And, oh, the font even I think is stunning. Now I am going to be doing this on 25 count Lugana. I'm just using plain white because the color that I chose is so vibrant. I really want it to pop. Now, so the color I chose from this is from Vicki Clayton. Hand-dyed fibers. And it is the silk called Nile Blue. And look at that. I don't know how true this is coming up, but it's like a bright, there's a little bit of a green undertone to it, but it definitely blue-green, more on the blue side. But, oh, I think this is gorgeous, and I cannot wait to start it, which is why I'm doing this on white, because this sorry, this color is really going to pop on there. Oh, I'm so excited about doing this. So I will get a start on it next Wednesday, May 1st. It'll probably be a tiny start because I do work all day, but it is going to get started in the evening, and I'm very excited about it. So my plans for Sampler Stitchmaynia or Motif Mania is that I'm going to stitch on as many samplers as I can, minimum of 200 stitches each. And I may go well over that. I may just do straight 200. You know, it's depending on how I feel about each individual project. Now, my Facebook group, Crafts and Books, we're having Craft Mania. And it's just so that everybody can participate, whether you knit, cross stitch, sew, scrapbook, altered books, diamond painting. And it's to challenge yourself to just up your game for that month. And you can choose like to stitch more hours than you normally do, more projects than you normally do, start more new things than you normally do in a month. It's just a wide range. So like if you normally knit like 20 hours a month, try and go for 30 hours for May. Whatever works for you. This is very open-ended. It's very non-judgmental. Whatever craft you want to work on and whatever goal works for you. And we're keeping it that open because, we don't know what everybody's lives are. I work full-time. I've got other things that are going on, and I run a Facebook group. So, and other people work full-time, have kids, whatever, So it's open-ended, and it's to choose a goal for yourself that's above and beyond normally what you would do, but not so high that it's unattainable and you'll end up disappointed with yourself. So you're all invited to join us over in Crafts and Books for that. I'm also doing the Mania with Whip Warriors, which will be the motif sampler, same thing. But they want more specific goals, so I'm going to try for 200 stitches minimum on at least 20 whips during the month. But if I get obsessed with something and I want to stitch 1,000 stitches on it, there goes my 20. But I'm going to, work on as many samplers as I can because they really need some love. They haven't had enough attention, and I am looking forward to spending more attention on them and starting some of the new things that I picked up at Hobby House. So I guess next part here would be haul. Oh my goodness. One moment. So I'm going to start first on haul with the piece that I got from Be Stitch Me. They had a Friday night fight night, and I don't think they've had one in a while, so it was a lot of fun. I am really happy with this. I got Flower Patch 18 count, and it is an 18 by 29 piece, and just look at the colors in this. They're so fun. I haven't decided what I'm going to stitch on this yet, but I love the colors in this. They are so springy and fun and pretty. And even looking on this side, woo! Yeah, this is a very fun piece of fabric. So I am looking forward to finding a project for this because it's really nice. And Friday night fight nights with Be Stitch Me are so much fun. And I tend to get carried away. But I was pretty good this time around, so I'm happy with myself. Well, it's because I also knew that I was going to be going to Hobby House, so I was trying to behave myself so I could go to town a bit there. Come on, go back in the plastic. There we go. Hobby House. Oh my goodness. What a wonderful store. I had so much fun there. The wall of fabric was amazing. And the people at the store, the owners, were just so, so nice. Now, I know I had mentioned it before, but they did ask, because it was their soft opening of their new location, that I not take photos or videos because they haven't fully completed the shop yet. It's still a work in progress. So I do totally understand that. This is their, Hobby House is their baby. So absolutely, if they weren't comfortable with my taking photos or videos of the shop, of course I'm going to adhere to that. Of course, and I was a little disappointed I couldn't take pictures to share with all of you, but you know, hopefully I'll be back someday. I don't go to New York very much anymore, but hopefully I'll be back someday and I'll visit the shop again, and you can also watch on their Facebook page. I'm sure they will do a video to post on their Facebook page when they have the grand opening. But right now it's a soft opening. They're still working on it, and it is just going to be gorgeous. It already felt very warm and inviting and really enjoyable. But if you do get up to upstate New York, between Rochester, around the Rochester area, definitely do go check them out. They've all combined into one shop now, so they have the needlework, the quilting, and the wool works. I didn't spend too much time in the quilt section, but the needlework was amazing, and that wall of fabric was, holy cow. And the owner was so helpful. He, helped me with picking out fabrics and, to go with different patterns that I really wanted, helped me find some patterns that I really wanted. And I have like 2 more on order with them. So let's start. And I've already kitted up a couple of them to start, so I have to show you. Now this one you've probably seen around a lot on Instagram, but it is gorgeous, even more pretty in person. Alright, so this is their own design. This is Dasher and Dancer from Hobby House Press. And how gorgeous is that? Absolutely love this. So I kitted this up because this is going to be one of the things I'm going to start for Sampler Motif Mania. That's so pretty. So I chose, he helped me pick out fabric for it, and I got the threads, and they had the sampler threads in 10 yards. So I was very happy with that. So I got all the thread I need, and we picked out this one. This is, let's see, what was it called for on this? So the called for was 40 count antique lace linen from Seraphim, but he helped me with picking out this one from XJU Designs called Old Sheep, and this is 36 count. So I will be stitching this on Old Sheep. See, they even put the name of the pattern on the label here so that I wouldn't forget. They must know me already. Yeah, so I'll be working on Old Sheep. This really pretty neutral to do Dasher and Dancer. So this is all kitted up and ready to go. So this will be one of my starts in May. Generally, my plan is going to be to start a sampler on the weekends. Just one sampler a weekend. Except for Arabesques, which I already have a May 1st planned start on a Wednesday. But so I will be starting some samplers on the weekends when I have more time to put more stitches into them. So that's Dasher and Dancer. That was part of my haul. Like I said, I got it all kitted up and ready to go already. And the other one that I kitted up, and I just, I love this. I saw this pattern on their website, and I had to have it. Now, I do have a few fabrics in here because I haven't completely made up my mind which fabric I'm going to choose. But this is Quaint Rose Needlearts, and it's Quaint Quakers #1 Spring. And look at that. Look at the little piggy here. He's so cute. And the beautiful flowers. And the house is a lot of fun too. This is just terrific. It is 188 by 168. Now, it does call for Leo and Roxy floss, but it does have the DMC conversion. Now what I did was, because I'm impatient, and I didn't want to order, is I did a Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Arts conversion. And so these are the colors. Let's see. I mean, look at these. These are so pretty. This is going to be so much fun to work on. You've got that carriage black for all the black on the border and the house and everything. And these colors for the flowers are so pretty. Now what I can't make up my mind on is fabric. But I am leaning towards one in particular. So let me show that one first. Actually, let me show you the one that's a little off the beaten path. So one that I'm thinking of is going completely different on this and putting it on a blue background. And this is 36 count Tundra. This is from Be Stitch Me. Sorry for the noise. Oh. Yeah, I wanted to get this unfolded a bit so you can see, but some of the colors with this, and then these are the pinks. So I'm thinking about, this is one of the things I'm considering, is doing the Quaker on here with these colors, but I'd love to know what you think of it. So it would be 36 count over 2. And then the other option is a neutral. But this is also really pretty. And I picked this up at Hobby House. This is Tabby Cat Creme Brulee Subdued 18 count. So I was also thinking about this for the Quaint Quaker. So I think this would also work quite nicely. So we get some of the colors up here. The pinks and that subdued. Let's see. Which way does it show more? Yeah. You can see that almost like a rose brown in here. I think the pinks in here might bring it out. And then that would be the carriage black. So I think either one would work, but I would love to hear what you think if you like that Tundra, the blue, for this Quaint Quaker. I think it might really pop on that Tundra blue, but I would love to hear your thoughts on it. That would really be a big change of color compared to what I usually go with. I tend to go for, a lot of the time I tend to go for close to the call for, but I don't know, that blue is really popping at me. There is a good bit of variegation in the blue, so that's another thing to consider, because I don't want it to take away from the pattern. But I think there's enough of a color changes in here that it would still look good. No matter what shade of blue in Tundra that it comes up with for the pattern. Where it comes up wherever I'm stitching in the pattern, I think it would work. But again, let me know what you think. Because that would be a big change. So I'm absolutely in love with this one. That was one I had seen on their website, and I just had to have it. All right. So those were the two that I have completely kitted up, ready to go. But I do have more. All right. I had so much fun at the shop, and I wish I could have spent all day there. So a little fun one that I got was from Primrose Cottage Stitches. I love fall most of all. So that's going to be a fun little pillow at some point. And yes, you know, autumn is my favorite season for sure. So this is going to be a fun one to stitch at some point. I don't have any set date for that. But another one that I'm going to be starting in May that I am in love with. This is from Red Barn Samplers, and it's Louisa Marsh 1834. And she is beautiful. Really nice one, and it calls for all DMC or the Belsois. And let's see. It has some satin stitches, but other than that, it's all cross stitch. And I just think this is a really pretty pattern. I like that a lot. And show you. I'm just going to double check the measurement really quickly before I start it, but I am leaning at doing this one that I also got from Hobby House, and this will be my, so Tabby Cat is the first time I've ever bought Tabby Cat, and this is the first time I've ever bought Fox and Rabbit. So this is 18 count ballet slipper. So I'm thinking I might do Louisa Marsh on ballet slipper. I do believe this piece is big enough. Yes, it's definitely big enough. So it shouldn't be any problem. Yeah. Fox and Rabbit. Yay, I'm excited. XU designs that I bought for Dasher and Dancer. Also never stitched with that before. And I've heard wonderful things about Fox and Rabbit and XU Designs and Tabby Cat. So I can't wait to stitch on these. I'm so excited. So yeah, that's Louisa Marsh from Red Barn Samplers. Cannot wait to work on that one. That's getting started in May. Another one that's also going to get started in May is Needle Be True, Samplers and Smalls by Jeanette Douglas. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. Such a beautiful pattern. And so it's a pretty thick book, but she has see the little smalls up in here too. She's got patterns for as well. And so this is going to have me try a couple stitches that I have not done before. One is a I think it's called a padded satin stitch, and then the other one is, oh my goodness, hang on one second. I had to double check. So yeah, there is a padded satin stitch here. There's also satin stitches that are done vertically and horizontally to make the flowers, and Bargello stitch, which is also new to me. So I am really looking forward to this one. I have not kitted it up yet, but I do plan to. So earlier I mentioned that I'd like to try more thread gatherer silk, and this calls for some thread gatherers. So there are 5 thread gatherer silks in here. There's some classic colorworks, Dinky Dyes, and Gloriana. I don't know if I'm going to do all the called for, but definitely some of them. And like I said, I have been wanting to try out more of the thread gatherer silk because I really enjoyed that piece on Nevermore that called for thread gatherer. So I will be getting those and probably the classic colorworks, and we'll see about the rest. But, all right. So for Needle Be True, lots of crinkles, I'm sorry. I got some more Tabby Cat. This is the Subdued Tabby Cat Creme Brulee Linen in 36 count. And so that is what I'm going to be using for Needle Be True. And I think this is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. Love it. There's also a much darker version of the creme brulee that's not subdued. That was really cool, but we opted not for that. I don't think they had the 36 count in the darker one, so I opted not to get that and went for the subdued. And from the Sampler Company, Designs by Brenda Keys, I got Sampler Houses. And I love how this one has like the finishing piece to put on the back to identify it, and it's got a thread holders card. This one calls for all DMC, and excuse me, this is Sampler Houses by the Sampler Company, Brenda Keys. Love this one. And you know I'm a house addict, so absolutely had to get it. Oops, hold on just a moment. And so this calls for all DMC. Some of the houses don't have the background stitched, and some are fully stitched. And you could definitely break these apart into little individual houses to do as pillows or ornaments, flat folds. Like this whole bottom piece by itself would be really cool too. Or you could do like 4 of these together and make one little small. Yeah, I really like this one, and it definitely caught my eye as soon as I saw it. So I had to get it. I don't have this kitted up yet. I have not chosen a fabric for it. But the pattern does call for 18 count. It's all full crosses. So we'll see. I'm sure I've got something in stash if I want to start this one. And I feel like this one almost needs a drum roll because I'm probably the last person to start this one. I've seen it so many times and I've always loved it. And I decided to bite the bullet and get it and even try something brand new. So this is a Hobby House exclusive. I've seen Debbie working on it, Gail working on it, several people from my group, and I've seen it a lot on Instagram. But this is Florence Mary Dickinson. And yeah, I am very late to the party, but I'm going for it. I have gotten all the DMC floss for this, so it's ready to go. And the owner at Hobby House and I were talking, and I'm going to try out one different than the called for fabric and a new count. Oh, I'm sorry, one moment. My apologies. My allergies are just out of this world right now, and they're making me a little crazy. All right, so Florence Mary Dickinson. I am going to be using Tabby Cat Lollybrock linen. So this is definitely different, but I really liked it, and I'm a huge fan of greens. So this is what I'm going to be doing Florence Mary on. And here's the kicker for me. I'm going to be trying it on a higher count linen than I have ever stitched on before. This is 46 count. So I'll be doing this over 2. Now, it's not a question of ability to stitch on this for me, I don't think. It's more of whether or not my eyes are going to tolerate it. But I'm definitely going to give it a try. You know, especially weekdays when I've been on the computer for 8 or 10 hours, my eyes tend to be a bit more tired, and stitching on a high count linen may not always be an option. But even if this is something I can only do in small bites, I'm totally okay with that. Because I'm not in a race to finish it. I'm more about enjoying it, the process of stitching this one. And, and if it turns out that 46 count is really something I can't do with my eyesight, I'll switch to something different, and, I'll probably buy more 36 count Tabby Cat Creme Brulee Subdued and stitch it on that. But I really want to try 46 count, and, if I can't do it, I can't do it, but at least I will have tried. And that's the important thing. But I just love this lollybrock. I think it's beautiful. And I can't wait to stitch Florence Mary on here, and I hope I can. I'm going to cross my fingers. But I'm definitely going to start it on a weekend when my eyes aren't tired. And hopefully all will go well with this. And again, I am doing this with DMC floss. The conversion to DMC floss. So, yeah, I am excited. Florence Mary, yay. Like I said, I am like the last one starting this project, but it's so beautiful. I really can't wait to work on it. Yeah, I picked up all the DMC. I've got my fabric, and I am good to go. Now that is all the patterns and fabric that I've paired up. The only two things that I have left to show are a little bit more Fox and Rabbit that I bought. I got 2 more 18 count pieces of Fox and Rabbit. This one is Saltbush. So I got just some really great neutrals to work on. Yeah, so this is Saltbush, 18 count Ada, and I got a fat quarter. And then the other piece that I got was 18 count paper bark. Again, Fox and Rabbit. And just another really good neutral to work on. Kiwi. So that's where I'm at. I love this one. I think it's just beautiful. And I'm really looking forward to stitching on these Fox and Rabbits. So that is everything today. Ow! This is the longish video for me. I hope you all have a great 2 weeks and enjoy some beautiful stitching. Enjoy the spring weather. And if you're going to be doing any kind of stitch mania or craft mania, I'd love to hear about it, and you can tell me about it down below in the comments. But thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.